Summer's falling into your hands. Hold it close, don't let it fade. Summer's falling into your hands, and I'm falling too.
Hey everyone, I'm Mackayla. Welcome to the Soundtrack of Our Lives podcast. We're going to jump right in with the two hardest questions of all. Who are you and what have you been up to recently?
Hi, I'm POLI NIKA, an indie pop singer-songwriter based in Lisbon, and creating gentle songs that invite you to slow down and reconnect with your true feelings. I'm in the beginning of my EP journey right now. I released my first single called Summer's Falling on Friday. On Saturday, I had the most beautiful listening party where we celebrated the release. And now I'm preparing my second single, which will be out in September. And the release of EP is going to be in October.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it.
So how did the party go?
Wow, it was amazing. So I decided that, people have birthday parties.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't I make a birthday party for a song?
Yeah.
So I invited my friends, my listeners, my followers, and we gathered in a beautiful garden setting in the evening, and we all listened together to the song. And then I played a small acoustic set, including all of my unreleased songs from the EP. And it was amazing. It was beautiful. I got a lot of warm feedback, and people's reactions were incredible.
Oh, that's awesome. It sounds like it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, more people should throw parties for songs. Seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have this whole EP coming in October. Can you share anything about it?
Sure. So it's going to be 5 songs. And I started working on this EP a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Then I just decided, okay, I want to write at least 10 songs. And I wasn't planning for an EP, but I just wanted to make a bunch of good songs that I will really like. And then step by step, the concept of a EP and those songs, they started to come together, and they ended up with having these 5 songs. And I realized, okay, so I really enjoyed this whole year working on those songs, and I want to release them all together. I felt while creating this EP like I'm the author of my own reality. I'm the director. I'm, making this movie, this musical, and all of these songs they're like soundtracks to my most beautiful, most messy, most emotional moments.
Mm-hmm.
So this EP kind of brings to life those soundtracks, those stories that I am telling to myself, and I like to share with the world.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I love how you describe it. It sounds so interesting. I'm super excited to hear it now. So, for somebody who hasn't heard any of your music, how would you describe it?
So I would start with saying that it's really gentle and soft indie pop music infused with soul and jazz elements, because this is the music I like, which is the music I listen to a lot, and I like to include this in my music, though it still stays on the pop side, I would say. And also, the lyrics are very important, and the stories that I tell, they're almost like, letters to myself, or letters to someone important, or letters to my future self
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, because sometimes songs become my prophecies when lack something in my life and I really want to have it, and I put it into my song, and then it comes true. It really comes true in my real life. So, yeah, this is how I would describe my music.
That's awesome. I'm glad things that you're dreaming of are coming true for you.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said that I'm feeling like I'm the director now. I'm the
Hmm.
main character, and I'm deciding on what's going to happen next. And it's not, I'm taking full responsibility. And this is what my EP is about as well.
That's awesome. I feel like that's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah, that's true. That takes a lot of work, but eventually coming to that point is very rewarding. It's like the best thing.
That's awesome. I'm glad that you're there.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I'm glad to.
So when you are, writing a song, what does that process look like for you?
Oh, it's one of my favorite things. And it can be very different, but most often it starts from a strong emotion, from a strong feeling that I have, and kind of start releasing it through music. I start playing the piano and singing along some melodies, and at that moment sometimes I don't have the idea what the song's going to be about, but I already have some phrases or some lyrics coming out, and then I can grab something from that flow that I think might be interesting, and yeah, then I start developing it into a story, and I think what this story could be about. Yeah, and the thing is, I try during that process to completely switch off my inner critic
Mhm.
so that it doesn't interrupt the flow, it doesn't um, um, criticize, the ideas that are coming, because it's very important to stay in that inspired, emotional state.
Mhm. What advice would you give to someone who is struggling to turn off their inner critic?
Oh, I had that experience. I actually I have this experience quite often as well,
Hmm.
because I'm an ordinary person with my fears and with my critics, and a lot of voices in my head
Hmm.
that sometimes they think they know better what I should do. And uh, once I was stuck, and I felt like my inner critic took over. It was winning. So I kind of gave up, and I wrote the most ironic song about it. And it was saying, um, how can I grow if I don't make mistakes? So I was kind of laughing at myself in a good way,
Hmm.
because my critic was always saying, you're gonna make a mistake, you're wrong. And I was telling him, okay, but how will I ever grow? How will I ever get somewhere if I don't try, if I don't make mistakes? So this was my solution. So probably turning, like turning this fear, or turning this critic thing into something creative could be helpful
I
in
like
life.
that. Yeah, it's not wrong. You can't grow if you don't fail at things sometimes. Things don't work out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you don't fail.
Lot scarier to do so though.
Whew. Yeah, that's true.
It's a lot easier to just give in to the critics and not try. But then you don't grow. So what inspired you to start creating music?
What inspired me in the first place?
Yeah.
Mm, I've always had a passion for music and for being on stage. So, but I never had courage, also because of those fears and the
Hmm.
critics and everything. I didn't have courage to pursue the music career and to start my artist journey uh, until uh, around 5 years ago. Um, I decided to change my life, and I decided that I want to pursue my passion,
Hmm.
whatever happens next. And for that thing, I realized I needed my own songs. I didn't want to sing other people's songs. Um, the only way for me to start this journey was to start writing my own songs, and it was scary in the beginning, and there were no guarantees that I could make it. So I decided to give it a chance, to give it a try. Yeah, so my inspiration is my dream
Hmm.
that I decided to follow.
Well, I'm glad that you're following your dream. That's awesome.
Thank you, thank you.
What is something you wish you knew when you started 5 years ago?
Mm, I wish I knew more about how to connect with people
Hmm.
better. Um, because when I started, I did everything on my own, and I felt lost sometimes, and I was too scared to ask for some advice, or to approach people who had more experience in what I was doing. And yeah, I felt lack of, sometimes I felt lonely on the
Hmm.
journey. And I didn't know that people would actually be generous to help me, and they would be glad to guide me. And yeah, along the way, I found those people, and now I can feel much more supported with them.
That's awesome. What advice would you give for someone who is struggling with that loneliness?
Oh, just it's hard, um, but stepping into that water, like, and doing those small steps. I know it sounds maybe trivial, but step by step, uh, getting used to the feeling that what you're doing, first of all, if what you're doing means a lot to you, so that's already a great thing. It's
Hmm.
a great achievement. And then finding like-minded people, it might take time, but they exist, that's for sure. And sometimes just going to going out, showing your work, opening up, very important, I think. um, just to stay open and curious, and then you will definitely meet people. That's from my experience,
Hmm.
at least. um, you will meet people who'll be on your side, like-minded, creative, supportive.
So you had mentioned earlier that you feel like a director right now. So if your EP were a movie, what kind of movie would it be?
It would definitely have a romantic line story in it, because one of the songs is telling a story of me falling in love. And this is a story of the happiest summer, when I found that person, and I was really happy. This is a song uh, which was released on Friday, Summer's Falling. And if we imagine the whole EP, I think it would be kind of inspirational, maybe coming of age movie,
Hmm.
in a way that it touches on um, questions um, that appear in our lives when we grow or when we go through some transformational things, um, moving countries, for example, or changing career, or starting following your dream, or realizing that you only have one life, and um, you don't have a draft, we won't have a
Hmm.
clean copy after that. So you need to use this life, these drafts that you have. Yeah.
I love that. That sounds like a really good movie. I'd watch it.
Ah, thanks.
What do you hope people take away from, or like, what do you hope they walk away feeling from your EP?
Mm. First of all, I would be really happy if someone just took time to sit and listen to this music. Um, Maybe while driving in a car, or maybe while walking also could be nice. But just, spending, dedicating this time to music, it would be already a great, great thing. Uh, I wouldn't like to, like, enforce people to take something from my
Hmm.
music, because I'm not preaching anything and I don't want to seem like that. Uh, so if they feel some warmth after that, that would be cool. If they feel inspired, great. If they feel that something touched them deep inside, or if they felt that some lyric spoke to them, or like, I don't know, some melody resonated with something um, in the heart. All those small sparks, you
Hmm.
know, would be great.
Do you have a favorite song on the EP?
Mm. It's hard to say. It's hard to choose one
Hmm.
because I love them all, of course. And um, they're all really talking about important periods or important decisions of my life. But for now, I would say the one that's released already, Summer's Falling, talking about falling in love, that warm summer feeling. Uh, yeah, this is my favorite for now.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's always hard to choose because you worked so hard on all of them and you love all of them.
Yeah,
And they're all different, you know?
yeah, they're all different. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing for an EP, because some artists prefer to have like um, more connected songs, like similar sound to stay throughout the EP, to have the consistent vibe. Uh, my EP has the same producer, so it was all produced by the same person,
Hmm.
and then it has the same um, the same soundscape, but each song is different. So yeah, I'm curious what people will say about it.
So what made you go with the songs that sound a little different?
I think it's just my approach. I don't want to push songs into the realm that seems doesn't fit them,
Hmm.
or when it seems artificial. I try to make the songs sound. I try to make the best for the song each time, to find the right sound for it. And sometimes it turns out that, okay, this song needs to be a bit more folkish, for example, or this song requires live trumpet, or this song requires, like, in the process, it turns out that the song decides how it wants to sound. And if I try changing things, it doesn't seem natural. So it turns out that they're all a bit different.
Yeah, they kind of lead, it kind of just happens.
Yeah.
I like that you're letting the song decide what it wants to be.
Yes, because from the moment that I hear it, and I kind of fall in love with this sound, and it's really hard really to change it because I already fallen in love with that
Hmm.
sound. But sometimes to find it, it can take months to find it.
Yeah. So how long does it usually take to find the right sound?
Mm, well, it really depends. For example, for the song Sunny Days, the first version that my producer sent me was already perfect.
Hmm.
And he made it like maybe in a week or in 2 weeks. And I was amazed. I've never had such experience before because from the first listen, I already fell in love with that sound. So I thought, okay, so he now feels me. I want to do more songs with him. And and I sent him the second song, and it takes more than 6 months. So he could not repeat that, that success, that
Hmm.
easiness of the first song, that it came so naturally, that there was such a struggle with the second song. And you could not expect that. You wouldn't imagine that because it
Right.
was the same person. And yeah, it was really mm, unexpected for me.
That's interesting. I wonder why it was harder for the second song.
I think we already talked about it because
Yeah.
all the songs are different, and what worked for one song didn't work for the second song. Um, Also, like we're all people, and we all have our periods of inspiration, and then maybe um, just that particular song didn't resonate so much with
Hmm.
him when he was producing it. Well, I don't know. We were both surprised
It's
by
a
that.
mystery.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
Before I ask the last question, was there anything else that you wanted to mention or talk about today?
Mm, I already talked, I think, about my EP. It's coming in October. Uh, if you're in Lisbon, if you're listening, yes, from Lisbon or from Portugal, you can check out my live concerts and gigs, and I'll be happy to see you there. Um, yeah, and you can find all my songs on all platforms.
Awesome. So, our last question is, what is the soundtrack of your life?
So right now, I won't be original if I say that my EP is the soundtrack of my life because uh, whether I'm falling in love, there is a song for that. Uh, Whether I want to slow down and to reflect on my journey, there is a song for that. And when I feel lost and down, there is a song called Remember Why, which is to remind me why I started it all and reignite this passion when I feel mm, when things don't go like I wanted to go.
Hmm.
Um, Yeah, and since we're in the process of mixing and mastering, I'm listening to the demos and to the production a lot at the moment. So they kind of always playing in my head.
I love that you wrote the soundtrack of your life. That's really
Yeah,
special.
yes, and this this makes me feel really fulfilled and happy to be the author, to be the director of my life. That's why I started writing music, and that's why I'm on this journey.
So, for all our listeners who want to stay updated on you, hear the new EP when it comes out, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram, polinika.official, and YouTube, all the platforms.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Good. Have a nice rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Listeners, go check them out and don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky, and TikTok at STO Lives Podcast. Thanks for listening.
Some